Now, the World Health Organization has further delayed the emergency use authorization for Covaxin, the COVID vaccine developed in India, as the global body has sent out more technical queries to its manufacturer, Bharat Biotech, according to sources. Now, this delay is likely to adversely affect Indians, especially students, international travel plans. Without the EUA, Covaxin will not be considered an accepted vaccine by most countries around the world. WHO's queries for Bharat Biotech come despite the Hyderabad-based drug maker's assertion that it had submitted all the data required for clearance. Remember, India has 3 vaccines currently being used in the vaccination drive. It's Covishield, Covaxin and Russia's Sputnik vaccine. Now, in fact, even if we talk about Sputnik V, and which is the other vaccine being administered in our vaccination drive, it's also not recognized. Both the World Health Organization and the European Medicines Agency have said that they still need more data on Russia's Sputnik V coronavirus vaccine before the jab can be authorized for use across the EU. Earlier this month, in fact, the EMA had said it was still in discussions with Russia over the data submitted to support its application, adding that the timeline for when the vaccine could be granted emergency use authorization was uncertain. Now, Russia submitted its application for approval in February following the publication of its research in leading medical journal, The Lancet, which showed the vaccine had 91.6% efficacy. Well, to talk more about this, we're now joined by Dr. Sumit Ray, Head of Department Critical Care, Medicine Holy Family Hospital, and Dr. Ishwar Gilada also with us. Dr. Sumit Ray, your reaction to this, and it's, really stressful time for students, especially who've had Covaxin and need to go abroad for their studies, as well as others who need to travel for work.
Yeah, I can understand the stress that they are facing, but the fact is that Covaxin hasn't yet published its phase 3 trials. It's in a preprint, kind of pre-peer-reviewed print, and it has not gone into a peer-reviewed journal yet. So that's why probably the data check is going to be more strict by the WHO. They will be looking at probably specific patient-specific data. They will be looking at the side effects and the adverse events, etc. So I think it will take time because the data is not there out in the peer-reviewed journals. And as you said, the Sputnik vaccine, though published in a peer-reviewed journal, there is still not been granted EUA by the WHO, because I think they are still analyzing the data, seeing that there are no problems in the whole process of data collection and the way the studies have been done. So it's important that these facts are presented before WHO, before it gives approval. It's an important way of going about giving approval, and it's important to continue the process properly rather than rushing it.
No, absolutely. And, the fact that the third stage trial has not been published, has not been peer reviewed of Covaxin is something that, we tend to gloss over and not raise it too much because, we're so proud of this indigenously made vaccine. But Dr. Gilada, your comments on this?
Though we have been comparing Covishield and Covaxin as an equal partner, they are not equal partners. Covishield was given emergency use authorization, but Covaxin was given in clinical trial mode. So that is one step below the clinical emergency authorization use. Thereafter, they made it emergency authorization use. So secondly, the total content of vaccination in India is initially 95% Covishield, 5% Covaxin. Now it is 90-10. So that is also not comparable. And thirdly, WHO should have given this kind of whatever requirement is there long back, because I think Covaxin submitted the data to them 6 weeks before. And I remember Dr. Soumya Swaminathan, who is the chief scientific advisor of WHO, told 2 weeks before that it will be cleared in this month. So we were all hoping that it will be cleared in this month. We do not want to blame WHO. If they require some requirement, they have some requirement that should be fulfilled. But initially, if you look at Sinovac, which is a Chinese vaccine, it was shown on paper 51% efficacy, and it was given emergency use authorization. That is not even 40% efficacious in real life. So we have to not only look at when it is authorized, but in real life situation. So in real life situation, if something is better now, we should come out of the emergency authorization mode. I don't know why Covaxin, Covishield or the AstraZeneca, they are still in emergency authorization mode. They should be given regular license. So we need to understand this kind of implications and complexities of our regulatory agencies. And as soon as it comes out of emergency authorization mode, it becomes clear in people's mind. Vaccine hesitancy goes down and people will ask. Secondly, we have been telling people, you don't be choosy. Whatever vaccine comes, you take it. Now, if
That's
people
right.
have taken Covaxin, they have to travel. So now we have to tell people, if you are an international traveler, if you have to go for business or education, don't take Covaxin. Take Covishield. So, and even if you take Covishield, the UK has done their own drama. So I think this is entire field is dramatic. We need to overcome all the
Right.
situation, whether domestically or internationally.
No, I mean, I can imagine the stress. Dr. Ray, your reaction to that, and also, we're hearing now of students who go abroad, then you have to isolate, or for those 14 days, if your vaccine is not approved over there, and then they may even go in for a vaccination in the country they've gone to, just so that they can be vaccinated and have that card that they are vaccinated, which again is a complication, because the vaccine cocktails, the science on that is still not clear.
Yes, I agree with you. And as you said, that they would need isolation. Different countries have different rules, and the vaccine cocktails have not yet been proven. There are small studies which have shown that vaccines, which are different vaccines at different time points, could actually boost the immunity. But the studies are still pretty early stages of those studies. So yes, it is a complex issue, and it is. There is not much. Unfortunately, that can be done for these students who are under stress. Probably the best would be to follow the guidelines of that specific country that they are going to, and accept the fact that they may need 2 weeks of isolation there.
Right, and when WHO says technical queries, what exactly do you think it is that they want to know further? And you did point out about the third phase trial.
So the technical queries, are you asking me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So the technical queries, we don't know what they're asking for, but probably the technical queries would be related. They may be looking at individual patient data. The individual patients who have been given the vaccine, how were they tracked, what happened to these individual patients, because there were certain issues which were raised in Bhopal, if you remember, about, data which was not released properly, etc., about Covaxin. So all these queries probably may make WHO a little doubtful about how the data was tracked, how the vaccination process was continued, etc. So maybe because of that, but I can only speculate. These are all speculations. I don't know what they're exactly
Dr.
asking.
Gilada, final word on this. I'll have to wrap soon.
So basically, the world still looks India as one of the colonies of Britishers. They say we have a very high standard. Very high standard means a double standard. So high is a double standard. And that kind of double standard situation, that people taking Covishield from anywhere in the world is acceptable, but people taking Covishield from India is not acceptable. And now suddenly they come out with a simple thing like we need date of birth rather than age of birth, age of the person. So I think these are all double standard we should overcome, and we should have kind of diplomatic handle from India. We should have our country is much more magnanimous, like what we are saying, that when we open tourism, we'll give 5 lakh visa free. Why should we give visa free? So we are both welcoming, and we don't see how they are treating us and how we should be treating them.
All right. Well, I'll have to leave it there. Thank you so much, Dr. Gilada and Dr. Ray, for joining us on the program.
Thank you.